Let's take a look at one other action that's super important. Okay, so let's call this run block. Okay, and what run block is going to do is we're going to go to skaction.runblock. It's going to run a block of code. So you need to delete all of the extra items here. And by the way, I'm just going to type in skaction.runblock. You see how there's this extra code here? In order to make this work, you just need to delete everything and then add in that curly bracket. All right, and let's make the sequence. And by the way, you can have an array with one item, so let's just do run block here. Okay, and run block. And what can we do in this run block? Well, we can do many things. Let's say you want to change the background color to, I don't know, something like UI color dot purple color. You can, for example, go to player dot color is equal to UI color dot red color. You can change, for example, the LBL main dot alpha is equal to 0.5. We can do a whole bunch of items here. As well is if I add in a function here, we'll say some function to call. Let's say you wanted to add in a function here. You would have to go, if I type in some function to call, it's going to give me an error. When you use the run block, you have to type in self. Okay, and again, I'm just setting this up so that, if you want to call a function, you could call 10 functions if you want. But in this case, we're just going to call, I'm going to show you an example of calling one here. So let's take a look at this. Let's run it, and we'll go into the simulator. All right, and everything kind of works out, and if I click it, yeah, that does work. You can see that it does kind of do its thing, right? And so you can see that it does indeed work here. Let's just call, for example, this function here. We'll say self.fadeInLabel. So let's run that here while we in that action here. So we click it here, and then you can see that it kind of fades in, which is kind of cool. So you click it again, and then you see that it waits and then it fades in. So we could set the alpha to 0 just in case you're kind of missing that. So the run block is actually really important, because if you need to run a block of code within an SK action, this is how you do it. All right, and that actually looks pretty cool. All right, so running actions and all of these other actions, and since we're not using them, that's why these warning signs come up. It says, and again, it's very funny that it's as far as removed from plain English as you can probably get, but initialization of immutable variable resize was never used. Consider replacing it with assignment underscore or removing it. So all it's saying is that you never used it, so why is it there? So that warning is not really that important. Sometimes warnings are there and they're really important, and other times they're not as important. All right, this includes the tutorial.